Jeez, that looks nice. Look. This doesn't look great. Yummy. All served up. Hi everybody, welcome to Budget Cooking UK. I thought I'd do a review of my Ninja. Now that I've had it just over a week. Got some paperwork, you know, what it comes with. Firstly, I absolutely love it. I have not used the oven at all since I've got it. In fact, I used it as storage, so forgive my oven. It's not nice. It's sort of failing. That this comes off whenever I use it, and I've just stuck my pots and pans in because this is a small kitchen, small, dark, and I'm not a big fan of it. But it's a kitchen, and I'm lucky to have one. So yes, so the Ninja. This is the AF451, and I mean they are hard to get at the moment, as everyone knows. And I waited for ages. I was on every email alert and whatnot, and it was only on a Facebook group I followed that someone said, "Oh, at QVC have got them." So I quickly went online, and they literally were out of stock. They sold out. It was like a pre-launch thing, apparently. So I thought, well, I'm not going to give up. I called them, and this was at half seven in the morning, because literally the person who put that post out, it had been 20 minutes since she'd put it out, and they were also sold out online. So I rang QVC, and amazingly, I sort of rang. I don't know why I rang, because I don't normally do that, but I thought, I'll just ring and see what they say. You know, maybe just by a slim chance they still have some in stock. And amazingly, I nearly fell off my chair. She said, yeah, you can buy one. We've still got some in stock. They just were out of stock online. So we went through the process, and I even, you know, afterwards, I thought, I don't quite believe it until I've got the email. And there was this, you know, there's always a slight time delay. The email came, and I still was like, because I had fallen foul of the scammers as well. So I'd sort of 3 weeks prior to that, I'd bought and paid for one via Kitchmaster, and obviously it never arrived. And bar the first email, where it said thank you for your order, nothing. So I knew, because on another Facebook post someone had said, after I'd gone through buying one from them, they said, whatever you do, don't get one through Kitchmaster. And I was like, so straight away I actually contacted, luckily had paid by credit card. And if you're going to do any purchase like that and you've got one, that's what they're good for, because you can do a chargeback. So I contacted my credit card company, and they were great. They put me through the process of doing the going through the refund, and there was loads of online evidence that it was a scam, but I should have checked prior. And so people like that are taking advantage of our desperation for these, what with the cost of living crisis. So I should have checked prior, but you know, it looks legit, and you just wanted to get it and all that kind of stuff. So I fell foul, but luckily I got my money back. So that end of story, that was fab. And then obviously 3 or 4 weeks later, QVC came up trumps, and it was delivered. I have heard horror stories of where people get their Ninja delivered via Hermes, that they've been having microwaves inside the box, so that during the transit, someone's taken out the air fryer, because on the box, on the shipping box, it's got a massive Ninja Airfryer and a picture of this. And so that someone received a microwave instead of a Ninja Airfryer. So someone else received a really heavy safe. So the weights, it's like they're swapping it for a weight. QVC, to be fair to them, refunded all those people that had that problem. And probably would deal with Hermes, and they'd probably have a sort of investigation and all that kind of stuff. And I know these are really hard to still get. So I mean, if you want one, you're probably on every email alert, but it does happen. You will hopefully more. I mean, I've still got my email alerts are still active, because I've forgotten who I've got my alerts with. But anyway, let's get back to this actual model. I would highly recommend it, and we're going to come and have a closer look. So come and have a look. So it does give you, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options for cooking. which is very, very useful. I've used air fry, I've used roast, I've used bake, and I've used reheat. I haven't tried the dehydrate. I'm not sure that I might want to, but you never know. With these, it comes with these little booklets. Let me put you down for a minute, sorry. Bear with, so I can just go through them. They're really good. These are just brilliant, packed with information. Using your Ninja Foodi, Max Dual Zone air fryer, cooking instructions, goes through everything step by step. You've got the sink rather, and the match. I've used match and I found that really useful. If you're cooking the same things in both drawers, obviously you don't have to enter the information twice. I haven't used sink, but I have read about it, and obviously if you've got one cooking, say for argument's sake, pork loin in this one, and roast potatoes in that one, and they're on different dates, times, and different heat, you know, say like roast or whatever, you just press sync first, and then it will kind of time so everything finishes at the same time, which is very useful. At the side, which is very useful, it's nice and it has a good weight to it, which as well we can only see. We got this. I mean, this is the AF451. It comes with a probe. Just trying to get it out. I haven't actually used this yet, but I will be planning on using this on Sunday because I'm planning on cooking a pork roast dinner. So I'm going to be using this. I do normally use my own probe, which if you've watched my videos, you'd have seen me using. So I'm going to check that if this is saying the same as my probe, because I trust my probe. But it'd be, you know, this is quite a useful addition, and it sits nicely in there. And with regards to cleaning it, you clean it with a wipe. You know, you never put it in your dishwasher. And also, if you can see, there's a little divot there, which is where you put the wire, as it were, for the probe, and you plug it in there. And then I think you press probe. The instructions are very thorough. So if it's a large pork or a large chicken, and this fits a decent sized chicken as well, you would obviously put your probe in and put it in it does show actually where to put it. Hold on, let me just try and find. I'm not sure if it's in that one or this one. Like where's the best place to insert the probe in the meat, and obviously it's in the thickest middle part of the meat, like here for instance. So can you see that? Okay. Obviously if you've got a chop of sorts or a steak or a thicker bit of meat, obviously you can see it's roughly in the middle. I mean, it shows you where not to put it. So you know, really, really useful instructions. Now with regards to cleaning it, I found that apparently you can dishwash these drawers. I don't like doing that. I could get warm soapy water. I've got the crisper plates are in the dishwasher at the moment. They've just been cleaned. I'd warm soapy water, and then with a nice soft sponge, and then dry with a kitchen towel. And that I'd like to. Where does it say that? Let's have a look. Hold on. Sure, I did make a note of where it was. Maintenance and cleaning. So here we go. So it does say, where is it? Oh, where's the drawers? Oh yeah, to extend the life of your drawers, we recommend hand washing them. So you can dishwasher them, but I mean, you know, I'd like to. It's no bother. The crisper plates absolutely fine to go in the dishwasher, or obviously by hand, and with these just wipe down with a damp cloth with the main body of the unit. Shall I show you the back? Because it has these little air things, and I think with it against the wall is fine. It's proved to be no problem with regards to sort of space with this air outlet, if you like. Right, so let's have a look. I'll turn it on. We can have a little. I love that. I kind of like the noise that it makes. It's loud enough to hear in the house. You'd have to be in a mansion, I think, to not hear that. and then obviously you've got sync or match, and you see how they both flash. So if you just sort of go air fry and then you press start, for instance, but you can adjust the temperatures, and I have found that basically this is just your oven on the desk worktop. So you just, if you know, familiar with your own oven and you cook something at 160, although yeah, you know, you would just lower it to say 150 here, because it depended on how long you wanted to cook it for. It's very good for checking. So if it was on, imagine it's on, and I'd open it and it just stop. Whereas with my oven, I used to always get frustrated with, you take it out of the oven and the oven is still belching out heat and losing that heat. So it's very inefficient in that regard, isn't it? A normal standard kitchen oven. But with this, you'd open it and it would stop immediately, and there's no preheating either. So absolutely amazing. If I ever had the choice again, I mean, when I was waiting for ages, I had a different a Tefal air fryer in my basket, you know, where you're, because I wanted this, but it was absolutely unavailable, but there were other brands available, and I just ummed and hard, and I just couldn't go through with it. So I just waited and was just fortunate, and I'm glad I did. If I had this, you know, to go through it again, I'd get this, because of the fact that the dual drawers, you can cook two different things at the same time, and that's invaluable. And I know you might be able to on the sort of bigger ones that you've got different levels, but I don't know. I think that I probably wouldn't have had that sort of flexibility with cooking as much as this. And then lastly is the look. I mean, it looks great. It really does. And I did worry. I thought this is a tiny kitchen, not another item on the worktop. But actually, because I'm not using the oven so much, it's kind of made it feel a bit more spacious, which I wasn't expecting that feeling. So, you know, it's 100%, I 100% recommend it. And I hope that they come back in their droves for people to buy, because I don't know about whether or not it's saved us any money. I haven't got a clue on that yet, because you know, it's too early to say, but I am not using my oven, and that has to be much more expensive than using this. It's quicker. It's just simply quicker than what that would. I've just noticed that with just about everything. Yes, if you can get hold of one, go for it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. There'll be more cooking videos to come. If you have any recommendations, or you'd like me to try out something, I have plans. I know I'm going to be doing sausage rolls coming up. I've got a lemony chicken thighs with either mash and cauliflower rice. What's the other one? I'm definitely going to make some bread soon and try it out in the oven. So if you've got any ideas and you'd like me to try out, let me know. And if you have any pictures of your own creations, email me the pictures, and I'll feature them on another video. I actually wanted to add, so I'm interrupting this video because I've signed off, and then I thought, do you know what? I actually haven't showed you the crisper plates properly. So if you can see, it's obviously non-stick material, and actually that's another thing I wanted to mention. Obviously it's non-stick. It's inside, obviously on the outside as well, but it means that you've got to be really careful. Obviously, no metal implements when using it. So obviously something like this is that's exactly what you want. The silicone, what do we call it? Can't remember the name. Things like Pyrex, you know, if you've got some food that you want to put in, it's really useful. You remember I had that foil. Oh, in fact, I'll get it now if I can find it. Demonstrate. I've just noticed this, a lot of people do this now, which is really good. I'm going to put the crisper plate in. It's nice and easy, and it sits in. So look, I'll show you. You stick it in, and it's got rubber feet, but you know, it doesn't. I was going to say it doesn't fall out, but it obviously does. It doesn't seem to when I was cooking, because I've shook out chips and it stayed in position. So it does seem to stay in position, but it decided not to on that occasion. So if you've got something in a dish like a cottage pie, you can use it's folded folded multiple times, and I retain it, so it's not something I get rid of. Can you see? So I've placed it like that. Hold on, let me just put you down. Where am I going to put you? Right, this isn't going to work. Look, you can see me here. Let's just move this. Right, so I'm holding it like this. I'm going to just hold it so it's filled with food, just imagine. Really easy. In fact, that could be longer because the sides get hot, and I have actually burnt myself there when you know, picking something out, so you do have to be careful. I mean, I've decent oven gloves, and I don't have decent oven gloves, but you know, something that goes up to there is probably a good idea. So let me just get that out. I like that, and I'm going to be doing a cottage pie at some point. But you know, that's not exactly family size. I'd probably have to have 2 of these to feed 4. But so far, with regards to a roast, it's sorted. We've had a. It's, you know, it's, the capacity is there. It's 9.5 litre capacity, so it's absolutely fine in terms of quantity. Things like pies, etc., is a new one, but excuse me. Yeah, 2 of these probably, instead of, because you probably have a cottage pie with boiled veg, you know, so you would stick 2 in, etc. for 4 portions. It just depends on your family needs, and it's, everything like that is adjustable. Anyway, thanks for watching again. Take care. Bye.